Hi everybody, it's PJ, and yes, I am pink again. Okay. The reason why I'm coming on today is because I've been doing some research. Look at all this. And I researched because I wanted like a timeline for everything that Trump and Hillary did in the past, like a timeline, just like trying to get through all of the crap that you read like on Twitter and whatnot. So I wanted to see like what's real and what isn't. And sorry if I'm like blotchy, it is hot as hell in this room. So just for my followers, I get so much guff from my opinions, so I figured, let me come up with some facts. Okay, so I started with Hillary, and at 15, she hears Martin Luther King speak and says it changes her life, okay? At 17 years old, this is 1964, she goes door to door for Goldwater's campaign. Barry Goldwater. You're probably too young to know who that is, but that's okay. I wish I was too young to know who that was too. All right, in 68, she sees Kennedy, Martin Luther King, all these assassinations. And also at 68, at college, she's an activist with Saul Anksky for anti-war demonstration. The whole typical thing that people did in college in 1968. Nothing revealing with this so far. Okay. She does a thesis on this activist. In 69, she graduated from Wesley College and then started attending Yale. Now, here's where, to me, it gets quite interesting. At 70, she goes to work for the Children's Defense Fund. Okay, door-to-door knocking, helping the plight. Then at 71, she starts working on a committee to help the plight of migrant workers. Then at 72, she works on the McGovern campaign. On 73, she walks and gets her doctorate. And then she's put on the board of a social action committee and the Yale Child Safety Study Center. Okay, again, all about kids. That's one page. I'm coming. She starts teaching late in 74, marries Bill in 75, joins a law firm. Bill is elected Attorney General in 76. Jimmy Carter appoints Hillary to legal services. Okay. Then Bill is elected governor of Arkansas in 78, 79. She's made a full partner at this law firm she joined. At 80, she has a baby. At 82, Bill is elected to governor of Arkansas. 83, Bill is appointed Hillary head of educational studies committee, and specifically for disabled children. 91, Bill runs for president. 92, Bill cheats on Hillary, gets caught, and we have that whole thing. She stays with him for whatever reason. She stays with Bill. I mean, that's obviously her own personal reasons. 92, he's elected president, and she becomes first lady in 93 when they are in office. 93, Hillary chairs the health care task force, again, targeting low-income families' children. 94, she is... 94, she refutes the investigation against Whitewater, which was a big deal. But again, lots of people trying to get her out of office, trying to get Bill out of office. They were found innocent. I know you don't like to hear that, but they were. Sorry. 96, writes a book about children in poverty, calls it It Takes a Village. 2000 is elected the senator of New York. 2002, yes, on the Iraq War, which I disagreed with. So she doesn't always vote the way I want her to, but 2006, re-elected. 2007, Hillary launches her plans for presidency over Obama. Obama wins. 2008, Hillary arrives at Haiti, flies to Haiti, and helps out personally with the Haiti funds for, remember they had that horrible hurricane? I was actually down there around then on a cruise ship, no less. That's a whole story. I'll tell you, that story is crazy. I mean, there was like armed gunmen and shit, like 13,000 people had died, but she went down there and personally oversaw that defense fund for Haiti. 2009, she was made Secretary of State. 2010, warns of North Korea because North Korea sank a bunch of South Korean ships. 2013, Benghazi. And we'll go back to that. 2016, runs for president. Now let's talk about Benghazi. Now, from what I can gather from everything I've read, and I've read many different, I did not look on the internet for like any one Republican view, this view. This is just like what happened. It doesn't say how well she did anything. It's a timeline. As for Benghazi, they were warned that this was Islamic terrorism. Both President Obama and her missed the mark, thought it was protesters, and 2 people at the U.S. Embassy got killed, and 3, I think, CIA guys, totaling 5, but they were looking for extra security, and they didn't get it. They didn't get it, and that was terrible, horrible. But, okay, so let me just put this in context. When she was trying to get rid of the Vietnam War and, you know, being an activist during that time, understand that we like napalmed our own guys. We Agent Oranged thousands of people. So, yes, I agree that she took responsibility for Benghazi. She was Secretary of State, regardless of how many people were in front of her or behind her. She should have known. She should have done it. It's not, I'm sorry, my glasses are reflecting these hot ass lights. I should have gone outside and done this. Anyway, that is her stint of what she did. And what I hear is somebody who cares about children, cares about the poor, cares about migrant workers. Like, everything she's done, with the exception of the huge mistake of Benghazi, everything she's done is on the side of good. I don't see people like, she's a crook. Crook where? She doesn't need to be. She's an author. She could write a book tomorrow and make millions. She doesn't need their money. So her tax returns have been opened for years and years and years, because since Bill was in office. So whatever year that was, early 2000s. So there is no reason. Crooked is just the word, and people run with it. They just hear it and run. Let's look at Trump. Let's look. And I'm telling you, I didn't go to like any one of the newspapers. He is now banned. So I'll go into that in a minute. So Trump, 1946 is born. 59, he leaves New York Military Academy in the middle of, like, he didn't finish it, and transfers into Penn Warrington Business School and instantly starts buying properties with the $1 million Daddy gave him. 1973, U.S. Department sues Trump for constant abuse and discrimination with black buyers in the Fair Housing Act. So right away, there's a problem. He won't sell to blacks. And he gets sued, and they win. 1977, marries Ivanka, has son, Don, Ivanka, and Eric. 1982, opens Trump Towers in New York. 1987, he publishes The Art of Deals, a book about making deals. 1990, is removed from Forbes for unfair practices. So Forbes list, regardless, would not include him. 91, he files bankruptcy. Okay. 93, here comes Marla Maples. She has Tiffany Trump. They don't say married, so I'm pretty sure he married her. So he divorces Ivanka Trump, and she writes a book saying that he beat her and raped her, by the way, which is one of 3 rape charges against him. But she removes it because he paid her off and said she wasn't allowed to talk. But she wrote a book. I don't know how. Read her book. You want to know who he is. Okay. Some either marries Marla Maple or just has children with her, but I think he married her. But it didn't say married her. It just said Marla Maple. So I don't know if that means married or not. Sorry. Okay, 96, he buys the Miss USA pageant. 97, he's accused of sexual harassment by his one of his partner's wives. They pay her off. She's not allowed to talk about it. And those two go away. And then he brought it up again not too long ago on Twitter. And she chimed in and said, I stand by everything I said about you. Who knows? I don't know anything about that. I'm just telling you what I read. Okay. 92, bankruptcy of the casino. Okay, 92, bankruptcy of the casino and bankruptcy of the plaza. So now that's 3 bankruptcies so far. 93, he marries the one now. 93. Maybe that's when he marries Maples. I don't know. 94, accused of rape by a 13-year-old girl. And it's still pending in a civil lawsuit. Why this isn't criminal charges, I don't know, but there's actually witnesses to this. And there's some guy he was with. His name is Epstein. He's a 3-time level 3, whatever that is, child pornography and whatnot. What's it? Anyway, and his answer to them when they asked about him was that he's a terrific guy. He just likes him a little young, a 13-year-old, who says that during one of these parties, she was raped and beat up by Donald. 2003, files a lawsuit against the Native American tribes in rival developments over casinos because he didn't think that the Native Americans had any rights to have casinos. 2004, he claims bankruptcy again. 2005, he marries Melania. So I guess 93, he must have married Maria. So 2005, he marries Melania. He also opens Trump U, which is forced to be shut down amidst millions of lawsuits. Not millions. Many, many lawsuits. The Attorney General gets involved, claims it's a scam. Lawsuits are stocking up to this day. And it is still, it's now a class action lawsuit against him because the teachers that were supposed to be handpicked turned out to be like Lowe's workers, not even managers and stuff. 2005, Barron is born. 2007, he gets a star on the Walk of Fame because of Celebrity Apprentice. 2014, he sues his own resorts. It didn't have an article, so I don't know what that's about. I mean, that he might have had every right. I have no idea. 2015, NBC cuts ties with him, saying his bigoted comments and his wild accusations about immigrants are below their standards of life. 2015, he's running for president. On Twitter, he's called women dogs, slobs, pigs, whores. He ran up huge debts and defaulted on the debts. What he did was, when he knew he was going to file bankruptcy to any one of these businesses, he would run up these crazy debts, like have all these people do work and whatnot, and then he would default knowing he was about to claim bankruptcy. And when 60 Minutes asked him about the thousands of lost jobs, people like really devastated, he said, "It's the bank's problem, not mine. What the hell do I care?" Those are his words from 60 Minutes. Crazy pants. Now, we've seen a lot and heard a lot with his rhetoric, but I would ask you, this is the big one for me. Recently, on the Democratic National Convention, and I'm probably going to butcher their name, but their last name is Khan, so I'm just going to say Mr. and Mrs. Khan. Their son had died in the Iraqi war, a war hero. She's considered what they call a gold star mother, like her son was a war hero. And they came out against Trump at the Democratic National Convention. They said, you know, that their family would be one of the families targeted by Trump's identify your religion national list. So they were kind of against that because, again, it screams Nazi Germany, guys. But, okay. So they came out against that national list and with the argument that, look at us, our son fought and lost his life. He's a gold star in the war. He's a war hero. And this guy is saying we would need to be on a list. Like, we've given up everything we love. There's nothing bigger than our son in our minds that we have sacrificed for this country. And you would put me on a list. And Trump's answer was very clearly that he is he didn't apologize or say, you know, that anything. Didn't even give any condolences to these families. What he did say on national TV was that he sacrificed a lot too. He sacrificed by making a lot of, being very successful and making jobs for people. That was his sacrifice, to make jobs for people with his money. And that, and his last statement, it didn't even make sense because that's not really a sacrifice. His last statement was like, I think I've done really well for myself. Don't you think I've done really well? What did that have to do with it? I don't know. He just tried to deflect in the worst way. Well, Twitter is agog. If you go on Twitter right now, he is so hated. People are going insane. He has a couple of people that are standing by him, but like literally the tweets won't stop. Now, he came out today with a whole nother story. He changed the story today, but it's too late because he said it on national TV. You just don't forget that shit. But he came out with a tweet today. Where's my, that he's actually a war hero and that he understands what it's like. And I don't know, like some PR person got to him. But guys, you've got to look at this guy. He, people are like thinking he's a savior because he's told them he's a savior. Why are you crazy? You girls are, my girls are running through the house. But he says things like, I'm the only one that can fix the system because I know the system. Yes, he does. When he talks about trade deals, one of the trade deals is that we put together a deal that nobody is allowed to bring in workers from another country to work at your factory in the United States that are cheaper to pay than United States workers. That was the trade deal. But some people got shifty with it. And what they didn't add, and which they need to add now to these trade deals, is that you could hire an outside agent who then, that agent was allowed en masse to hire people from another country. In Dubai, there's a whole movie about what he did in Dubai. He opened up a Trump Towers in Dubai, and he used workers from India. And he went over there and said he would pay them, I think it equated to $5 a day, to come work on his Dubai Trump Towers, which was good money for them. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying he was like slave laboring them. They were thrilled to have it. So his minions told them how to get visas, that they would be supplied housing. There's a whole movie on it. It's horrible. So these workers all are shipped over to Dubai to work on this Trump Towers, and they are put in this open air cement building with like no floors. They are given a trough to piss and shit in that had like water running down. And some people even have said to me, well, that's got to be better than what these people. I don't care. And I don't know that to be true, but I don't care if it is. You're an American. You're supposed to be lifting up third world countries, not stepping on their heads to get what you want. So, he confiscated their work visas and wouldn't let them go home when they saw what was going on. And he kept them there like slave labor for years. They weren't allowed to have a visa to leave. Their passports, they could not leave. And then he did the worst. He charged them for their stay. Just like, remember that with the coal mine people? You know, what was that song like where you work for the man and you just go down to their store and buy their stuff? I mean, the fuck is this, 1920? So that was Dubai, and that's just recently. That was like 2011 or 12, something recently. And ongoing, because I think they just finished it not long ago. And they even wanted to give, because Trump puts his name on a lot of things, like, that isn't really him. So they wanted to give Trump the benefit of the doubt. They went down and said to the salespeople, because these are beautiful condos, they said to the salespeople, like, is this really Trump or is it just his name? And they're like, no, he's coming down. He shows up and gives this whole speech about the place. But they thought that the girl interviewing them was like favoring, like interviewing them to promote the condos, not to get to the bottom of the migrant workers. So that's a story. And there's there's a lot of stories like that where human rights are not something he cares about. He makes fun of the disabled, makes fun, ooh, did you see that? How can you see that and want him to hold our highest office? He has a hair trigger temper. He says the worst things to women's, gays, married people. He talks on Twitter. He's like, yeah, Hillary can't keep her husband satisfied. Who talks like that? Who holds our highest office? We better have somebody in there with a little more decorum. So I think Obama, and I know I'm going to get slack for this too, Obama did a good fucking job, man. He came in under that Bush crap. Oh my God, our economy was so bad. Do you remember that? And like then 2008, the bottom fell out. All those no-doc mortgages came up and like nobody's house was worth anything. Do you know, I heard a statistic yesterday it was in the USA Today. And housing is as high as it was our highest time ever in the United States, which is 1965. We have matched that. And that is the direct result of Obama getting us out of the Bush years. And it took 8 years to get us here. And we're here, and we're about to hand over our whole country to somebody who has bankrupted himself, 6 times? Why? And that whole, we need to build a wall, we need to run from each other, oh, it's all dangerous, crap, I'm brave. How's that? I hate this shit. He sounds like a cowardly old man to me. Like, I don't know how to write in my head the people that follow them. It seems to me they're all white, they're all middle-aged, and somehow they felt like maybe if there weren't these other nationalities around, they would have had a better life. I don't know. But you make your own. I mean, government's not there to make your life for you. It's not. And you know what else is crazy? I see a lot of the people that I know that are spouting Trump. And I know they've lived their lives on the help that they received from the Democratic Party. which he wants to get rid of, like food stamps. Like the things he wants to get rid of are going to be the things that affect them most. And yet they're out there screaming, crooked Hillary. And it's like Fox News rhetoric. They don't even know why they're saying it. Show me the crookedness. Yes, I know about the emails and Bernie. And believe me, if Bernie had come in close, I'd be voting Bernie. But he didn't. And so you have to go with reality. And as much, I love Bernie. I love Warren. I love anybody who cares about other people so much, they dedicate their life to them. Hillary's not far from that. She's done nothing but work for children and healthcare and the underprivileged and the impoverished. And where is that in Trump's timeline? It's just not there, guys. He has been self-serving since he was born and on the heads of others, on the backs of others, and without regard to others. So I can go on and on. I just think, you know, at some point, you've got to ask yourself why you're doing this. Are you doing this because you don't want to see a woman in office? Because I think that's a lot of it. People don't like middle-aged ladies. They like them young, they like them old, but they don't like them in the middle. And there's a definite thought that nobody believes she's weak because she's a very strong person. I don't believe she's like as personable as like Obama or as crazy to afford all this mass media as Trump. I think she's quietly been like one foot in front of the other to help a lot of impoverished and people get equal rights. She's all about equal rights. So I just hope when it comes time to vote that you think about why you're doing this, because it can't be on the past. If the past is pros, if the past dictates our future, you better run, because we're about to get bankrupt. I swear to you, I don't know. I went to like 5 different, part of this came from the Rolling Stone, like, I don't know, it came from newspapers and it's just timelines, but it reads 2 completely different stories. One is one of servitude and working towards these huge goals and healthcare and this, that, and the other one's self-serving. Put on the fact that he is a blowhard that has, and then that he's in with Putin. This is a scare. And he banned the Washington Post, which that should be like, wow, 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 wow. Because that's the shit Hitler did. He surrounded his nation. He stopped any free press. He stopped the press from saying anything bad about him. And then he murdered millions of people because of their religion. You need to take a lesson. Anyway. That's all. I'm very passionate about politics. Can you tell? I should write a book. Anyway, politics, witchcraft, dogs. What else? Animal rights and vegetarianism. How's that? I don't know. I'm a weird woman, but at any rate, I am for her. I'm for her. You have to be for her. Because to be anything less is to ask a dictator to come in and tell us all how it is. Save us, Daddy, from whatever. I'm like, I don't need saving, thank you. I'm not afraid either. I think Americans by nature are brave people. I don't think these times are so horrible. There isn't people running wild in the streets. It's not the zombie apocalypse, guys. It's just presidential year. It's just presidential time. So, all right, I'm done. That's really all I have to say. You know who I'm voting for. You know how I think. I have talked about the Republican National Convention. I've talked about the Democratic National Convention. Unless something really crazy comes up, I'm going to stay quiet now. Not on Twitter, though. You can follow my tweets. I love to poke that tiger. Oh, my God. Do you know Trump has tweeted me back twice? First time he called me a troll. And the second time he sent me a picture when his polls were rising. He also really cares about the fact that nobody has announced that his ratings were higher on his speech than Hillary. That's right. They were. Everybody wanted to see what the crazy man had to say. I mean, that's why I watched. I didn't watch because I liked what he said. I watched because I was like, what's this crazy motherfucker going to say now? So I watched for the sensationalist of him, and I think probably a lot of people did too. But okay, you're right. Here, I'm announcing it right now. His ratings were better than Hillary when it came to their acceptance speeches. But I totally believe it's because of what I said. But anyway, whatever. I don't care about ratings. I only care who walks down there and gets in office, because I don't want to live in a place where the only press that are allowed in are the ones that are going to say something nice about him. I want the truth. And if you want the truth, go to the BBC, man. Stop reading our newspapers. Our newspapers are slanted one way or the other. And Fox News is like, right. And they say CNN's left. I really don't. I think NBC is more leftist than CNN. CNN has been like strangely in the middle, because I used to think they were left, but maybe they're switching. I don't know. I don't care. Go to the BBC. They don't have anything to gain from this. Not really. They don't care that much, so they pretty much report the facts. So you want the truth? European Free Press, BBC. Okay? They don't have anything to lose. All right. If you'd like to follow me down the rabbit hole, this is 32 minutes, and I'm not editing it. I'm putting it up the way it is. Oh, no. I have to edit one thing because I was yelling at Mabel. I'll edit that one part out. But anyway, if you'd like to follow me down the rabbit hole that is my life, hit the button down below and subscribe. Give me a thumbs up if you like these kind of videos, and thumbs down if you don't. Either way, got you watching me manifest something wonderful in your life, like a president you actually can stomach. I love you guys. Bye.